The Anime Clash event brings 2 new troops, the MECHA and Broom Witch, as well as an epic piece of equipment for your Archer Queen. Let's tell you everything you need to know, including how to best spend your medals and strategy for the troops. The Broom Witch will welcome you to the event if you are a Town Hall 6 and above. I am looking for some magic crystals which boost the magical abilities of us Broom Witches. Here comes the wizard. You mean our magical crystals upon which we built our glorious towers. I love the artwork for this. The Broom Witches say the crystals belong to all magic users, but the wizards clearly don't think so. That's it. We're coming for you, you smug spellcasters. Stay away from our towers and don't even think about using our wizard vendor. I'm sure you will be. As the tutorial will show, you have to collect magical crystals, which you can claim from the wizard vendor over at the side of your base. This is also how you can access the event, and this event is from August the 9th through the 30th. When you first enter, it will give you a brief rundown, collect crystals in multiplayer battles, which does work different this event than previous ones. Claim rewards throughout the track and use your medals at the trader shop. You can also unlock the temporary troops. Just like previous limited edition units, their level is based on your town hall level. You don't upgrade them in the laboratory, and you cannot donate them to the clan castle. So to progress through the track, you need to collect magical crystals. You gain these in multiplayer battles by taking down wizard towers. Once you unlock the Broom Witch, in fact, which is at 3,000 points, they directly target wizard towers, which will make farming this way easier. Now, the amount of magic crystals you gain in multiplayer battles differs for every attack. However, it will scale up over as the event goes on, just like previous events that we've had in the game. Legend League is the one exception since your attacks are limited, and you will have a slight bonus to compensate. You will need to collect 16,000 magical crystals to get to the end of the track and unlock all of the rewards. You can unlock an extra 650 magic medals by completing the bonus track, and it requires 8,000 crystals to do so. This means that everyone can gain up to 3,750 magical medals. In the track, there is also 5,000 shiny ore and 400 glowy ore, but if you do purchase the event pass, you will gain an extra 5,500 magic medals, 600 glowy ore, and even 80 starry ore, which is required to upgrade epic equipment, such as the new magic mirror for the Archer Queen. Should you purchase the event pass, you will get 1,000 bonus crystals to get you started, which is enough to unlock the new mecha troop, and you can support a creator before purchases by using their code. My code is Judo, and it is very much appreciated. You can also purchase on the Supercell store website in order to gain extra in-game rewards. Before I show you how to best spend the medals though, the final couple of rewards include a 30% training boost, your wizard vendor decoration at the top of the track, and then the troops, the MECHA at 1,000 crystals, and the Broom Witch at 3,000 crystals. How should you best spend your magic medals when it comes to the trader shop? Well, there is a new epic piece of equipment, the magic mirror, which I think is really fun to use. You can look forward to a video of me maxing that out once this event is released, and I would recommend this for most players. Since this event unlocks at Town Hall 6, you obviously can't use this until you have the Archer Queen, so you might be a few Town Hall levels away. However, I always think it is best to just get the epic piece of equipment so you don't have to use gems on it in the future. When it comes to the limited edition items, we have the Kawaii Giant, the Cherry Bonsai Tree, and the Chibi Archer. I will purchase all of these because I'm a bit of a collector, but if you really don't care about cosmetics, you can skip these and just focus on your base progression. If you're a lower Town Hall level player and the ore requirements aren't as much for your equipment, I would recommend the research and builder potions, because The books aren't going to give you the best value at the lower town hall levels, and you don't really need the runes or resource-based things because you have the training boost, so you're going to be able to farm those resources during the event anyway. Training potions might help you with that though. However, for most players, I recommend putting the rest of your medals into ore. Glowy ore tends to be the most scarce if you are quite active, but it really comes down to your equipment upgrade priorities. If we were to convert the medals to gems, you get roughly the same amount whether you buy any of the ore, so just go with the one that you need the most for the upgrades you want. However, if you have purchased the magic mirror, it's very powerful, so you might need some of the starry ore since that's required for the epic equipment. Let's go over how to use that first, and then I'll explain the two troops. The description of the new epic equipment, the magic mirror, makes it pretty clear what it does. Summons clones of the Archer Queen. Now, this is not a direct clone of your Archer Queen, it is dependent on the level of the magic mirror. So at level 1, it essentially clones one extra Archer Queen, and this Archer Queen has the equivalent damage per second and health of a level 1 Archer Queen. This quickly increases as you level up the magic mirror, and every 3 levels you gain extra DPS or health to your cloned Archer Queen. Once you get to level 9 though, the clone duration improves from 20 to 25 seconds. However, once you get up to level 18, this is when you unlock a second cloned Archer Queen so that you can have 3 of them. From here, as you continue to upgrade, you're increasing your cloned Archer Queen's DPS and health, essentially the level of those cloned Archer Queens. But at maximum level, that's when you would have the equivalent of a level 95 Archer Queen, and the clone duration improves to 30 seconds. What is easy to overlook with this piece of equipment is the hero boosts, which remember are applied throughout the entire attack. And if we compare this to the invisibility vial, because I think this might be a replacement for that, you only get a hit point increase of 700 with the invisibility vial, but the magic mirror goes up to 861. Now, you might really value the increased DPS that you get with the Archer Queen when you press the ability with the invisibility vial, but remember that only lasts for 7.8 seconds. Whilst the magic mirror only gets half of that DPS, remember that is for one Archer Queen, so you actually get 2 times that amount and for 30 seconds. So a lot more damage when you actively press the ability for the magic mirror as well. The only downside is the invisibility only lasts for 1 second, but if you're able to multitask during your attacks, you only need 1 second for a single target inferno to retarget to something else anyway, and then you've got your spells to help support. So I will certainly be using the magic mirror rather than the invisibility vial. If you do like to perform hero dive attacks, that is one area that I think the magic mirror is really useful for, because one druid can heal all of your Archer Queens to keep them topped up in health, and it's relatively easy to use an invisibility spell to keep all 3 of the Archer Queens safe as well. So you can end up getting really good value, taking out high damage defenses and setting up pathing for your attack really well using this piece of equipment. When it comes to the 2 new anime troops, the first you unlock is the MECHA at 1,000 points. Naturally, you could compare this to the P.E.K.K.A., but it is only 10 housing space, whereas the P.E.K.K.A. is 25. Should you multiply the hit points and damage per second by 2.5 to equal the housing space, whilst it wouldn't deal as much damage, it would have significantly more hit points and targets defenses. It also has a faster movement speed, but it would be susceptible to spring traps, being that it's 10 housing space. But there's something even better about the mecha. Whilst it's not listed in the stats here, should you go across to the description, easily smashes through walls. And when you watch the video, it clearly gets through the walls very quick, way faster than the cannon, despite walls having a lot of hit points. I set up a rough comparison for this with the Eagle Artillery, which has 6,200 hit points, and the walls, which have 14,500. It took 28 strikes for the mecha to take down the Eagle Artillery, but only 4 to get through the wall. Therefore, you could compare the mecha to the super giant. They are both 10 housing space. They both punch through walls faster. The mecha has a lot faster movement speed and significantly more hit points and damage per second. I think you could utilize this in any ground smash style attack. One caution if you are using the mecha, due to its fast movement speed, they run ahead extremely fast, so you have to be careful on your spell management. The other thing is, since they are defense targeting, you might want to take some wizards to deploy behind, just so that they can take out the non-defensive buildings, and it helps try and keep your barbarian king up with the mecha. Otherwise, he's just being wasted taking out non-defensive buildings. Whilst I referenced earlier that you cannot use limited edition troops in your clan castle, know that the mecha will not target the defending clan castle troops either. Exactly the same when it comes to the enemy heroes. It is defense targeting and will only target the defenses. It's not like the logic of the royal champion, where she will start to attack something that is attacking her. The mecha will completely ignore the heroes, even if they are sniping them off in the back. In my opinion, though, the better of the two troops is the Broom Witch. Anybody that liked the Lava Loon troop back in the Mashup Madness event last year will like the Broom Witch. It operates very similar, but the favorite target is wizard towers, exactly in line with the story of this anime clash event. I'm going to give you a phenomenal attack strategy for this troop, but just take a look at some of the stats for a moment. 4,600 hit points, 380 damage per second, and only 20 housing space. Whilst the dragon, which is also 20 housing space, has a little bit more hit points and damage per second, the Broom Witch is twice as fast, but also spawns units. 24 of them, in fact, and they deal significant damage. 550 hit points gives them enough health to be able to get to a defense that they're going to, since they are defense targeting. 55 damage, but times 4 versus defenses. This means from the singular Broom Witch, even just the 24 witch spirits means that you get 5,280 damage in total, which is almost enough to wipe out any of the defenses on the map. Even the defenses that have slightly more hit points than that, you will still be able to take out, because the Broom Witch itself is dealing damage throughout that as well. The only defense that you cannot take down in isolation with a singular Broom Witch is the Town Hall, because it has 10,000 hit points. But you get very close, so an earthquake can finish that off. Covering the wizard tower aspect of things, the Broom Witch works exactly the same as a lava hound that targets air defenses. It will fly across the entire map if a wizard tower is still active, but once all of the wizard towers are destroyed, it will go to defenses over any other building. It will ignore heroes and defending clan castle troops, but in this scenario, it's actually what you want, because if the Broom Witch gets to the defense, then the witch spirits can easily take it out. Bear in mind, the witch spirits target any defense, so it might take a couple of Broom Witches to take down a wizard tower deeper into the base. But you can use this to your advantage, because the Broom Witches can activate spell towers, so you don't have to worry about them later in the attack. Yes, you could turn wizard towers invisible or overgrowth them, but as soon as they are visible again and the current target of the Broom Witch is destroyed, then it will retarget and go to the wizard tower. So personally, I don't think that is worth it. You're better off utilizing your spells to help support these troops. You could use lightning and earthquakes to take down the wizard towers. It takes 1 earthquake and 4 lightning spells at maximum level, but again, that's not efficient. Even if you're trying to farm the magic crystals from the event, literally just cook up all Broom Witch troops, snipe off wizard towers, you'll complete the event track extremely fast. But what about that strategy I spoke of when it comes to the Broom Witch? Let me show you it in a live attack, because it's so easy to perform. All Broom Witches and clone spells for my balloons. The only piece of equipment that is absolutely necessary is the Eternal Tome for the Grand Warden. I pair that alongside the Rage Gem, and for the other heroes, you can be flexible with whatever you choose. You want to fly through the base to the Town Hall and snipe off any wizard towers on the far side of the base that would cause your Broom Witches to fly all of the way across the map, or have them all group up in one spot. Here, we only need to use 2 Broom Witches to take out the far side wizard towers, but if you needed to deploy more, then feel free to do so. Now we can just enter at the bottom. King, Queen, Warden on A, all of the Broom Witches, Battle Blimp, Warden ability. Tend to use a couple of Earthquake spells to weaken the buildings at the bottom here, help the Broom Witches get through fast. Rage by the Town Hall. Then you want to triangulate your clone spells around the Town Hall so that the balloons can be cloned forward into the defenses. They go down. We've got the poison for the Ice Golem. Wherever the Broom Witches are moving towards, use your Royal Champion to the opposite side. Arguably here it's a little bit 50-50. And at this stage, the Broom Witches, or the remaining ones, can just cruise through the rest of the base, using your abilities whenever you feel they are most optimal. But I have found this strategy wipes out any base that I throw at it, and it is very straightforward to perform. So best of luck. I hope you enjoy the anime event. If you missed my 3 million subscriber special video where I left my base inactive for 2 years, I have that video linked on your screen.